I gotta touch on that. I gotta touch on that right there on your neck, bro. We gotta touch on that before I get down. We got to. We got to. I'm sorry. We gotta talk about that.
Come on, man.
You got the white man on your neck. It ain't no good. I want to see what the Bible says about it, okay? I like to say, I'm not trying to make you feel bad, but our job is to show our people their sins.
Right.
And for us to idolize a man so much to put him here, it shows there's something wrong here. Like I said, I'm not getting on you like that, but I want to show you that that's got to be fixed today.
That's right.
Hey, what's up, bro? Oh, you ain't subscribed yet? Look at this guy, man. You ain't right, man. Press the button. Press the button.
Okay, so we're discussing issues in the black community, right? We're talking about single-parent households. We're talking. We're talking about selling drugs.
Right.
We're talking about all these things in our black community. Do you believe that the black community is in a good state or a bad state? A bad state. Why? I see it. I'm watching it. I've been watching it. I just watched a parade where they have the young girls dressed like whores.
Right.
I'm gonna be honest.
Ain't that but 12.
Huh? They been doing a lot of stuff.
You don't know what they are.
They're doing a lot of things. Go back to Jeremiah real quick. They're doing a lot of things. So we're watching this. We're watching our young daughters. I have daughters. These girls are probably the age of my daughter, my oldest daughter. Some of them may be 11, 12, 13. I don't know how old they are. But the point is that these young girls, they are being taught that it's okay to run around in tight clothes, shaking their behind. You know there's men out here that ain't right in the head? That's looking at these little kids? You got the goofy, I'm just saying, the goofy black woman that says, you know what? Go ahead, shake what your mama gave you. She's 10. That don't make no sense.
That's right.
So when God says that we have discontinued from our heritage, we truly have. We truly have, to the point where we have dozens of our little girls out here being prostituted.
Right.
That's what it is. You know what a prostitute is? A woman that works and sells her body for
some money.
Right? But prostitutes dress a particular way, right? Very particular. They show their body. They show their body off, right? So what are those mothers doing with them little girls? They're showing their bodies off. So they're doing the same exact thing.
They following their parents' lead.
They're following the lead. Yes, you on point. Now read this again.
This is the book of Jeremiah, chapter 7.
Actually, hold that. Go to Hosea 4 and 6. So we're trying to figure out, how do we fix this problem? How do we change the minds of our people?
Away from folks.
You don't think it's possible? So you
You
giving
barely
up?
see my kids.
It's not them giving up. You have social media now. They see it, so it's just like it's really hard to get out of it.
So if I told you that there's things that you're doing wrong right now, can I change your mind? Can I show you a better way? Do you say, you know what, I'll do it like this instead? So if I can do that for you, that means that there's hope for them too. So we can never give up on our people. Because at some point, I was doing the same thing. I was sleeping around, doing all these different things. But I learned that, you know what, that's not the way to do it.
Right.
Because we talked about earlier that we discontinued from our heritage. And the heritage that we got given by God, not by the white man, not by nobody else. God gave us a heritage where we're supposed to marry our sisters, take care of our kids, have a family, don't sell drugs, don't prostitute yourself. There's a heritage that we have. So you can be taught. So keep that in mind. Go ahead.
This is the book of Hosea, chapter 4, verse 6.
Go ahead.
Read up. My people are destroyed for a lack of knowledge.
He said, my people. Who's God's people? Who's us? Black people. What do you say? Who's God's people? Black people. So the so-called Israelites, the Israelites are God's people. So if you guys came a little late, but on the right-hand side is what are God's chosen people. Judah, Benjamin, Levi, all the way down. On the left-hand side is what the white man called you. The devil called you. The name that he gave you when he colonialized you in the 1600s. Push that down for me. So these are the names that they gave us at that point. So God said, my people, God's people, are destroyed because of what?
For a lack of knowledge.
Now listen, what college is this? What is it?
State University.
It's a university, right? So he said we are destroyed because we lack knowledge. So you guys go to school? So we don't lack academics. We don't lack university knowledge, right? So what is that we're lacking? If it's not school, what are we lacking? Because many brothers that go to school sell drugs. Many brothers that go to school pour out their sisters. Many sisters that go to school keep their legs wide open. Baby mamas. So if it's not the education, what's the problem? What knowledge are we lacking? Huh?
I said white man knowledge.
No, the white man knowledge is what we learning right now.
That's right.
No, the white man told you it's okay to listen to Sexy Red.
What?
Y'all listen to Sexy Red? The Glorilla? Who else they got out? The Cardi B? Y'all don't listen to? They don't listen to none of that.
I don't listen to them artists.
You don't listen, no, but you listen to some of them, right?
Yeah.
So my point is, all that music that we listen to today, is it beneficial to the children, beneficial to the people, or not?
It's demonic.
No, it's demonic.
That's
It's
right.
devilish. It's devilish. You understand that? Read on.
Because thou hast rejected knowledge.
So God said we'd be destroyed for a lack of knowledge because we rejected it. Because we tell our sisters to cover up. We tell our brothers to marry these sisters. We tell our brothers to marry these sisters. We tell the brothers to stop selling drugs and get upset. So God said because you wanted to reject that knowledge, go ahead.
I will also reject thee.
So what does it look like when God rejects us as a people?
You're doing something wrong.
We live in the ghetto. We're in poverty.
That's right.
Right? We're strung out on drugs. We're on alcohol. I've seen so many alcoholics out here since I got here. As soon as I walked up, an alcoholic approached me. Is that normal? Are there any suburbs out here? But you guys know what the suburbs are there, though, right? Are there alcoholics everywhere out there?
I call Barn Heights a suburb.
So my question
Grand is a project.
is, are there alcoholics out there running all up down the street like
Alcoholic,
this?
crackheads,
Are there men
everything.
sitting on the corner selling drugs out there?
Right.
No, there's
Daddy,
not.
mamas and daddies.
Right? There's not the same things out there. Go ahead. Read that part again.
Because thou hast rejected knowledge, I will also reject thee. That thou shalt be no priest unto me.
So God is saying, because you did not listen to what I told you to do, I'm going to reject you. I'm going to reject you. I'm going to allow these people to put you into slavery. You saw what happened to us in the 1600s, right? Do they teach slavery in the university still? Not too much. Why do you think that is?
Don't want nobody to know about
They teach you about Frederick Douglass. I mean, not Frederick Douglass. Ben Franklin. George Washington. White people, right? Why don't they teach you about your people?
Right.
They don't want you. They don't want you to wake up. They don't want you to start to go further back. Once you start seeing, okay, you see Frederick Douglass, Sojourner Truth, Harriet Tubman. We keep going further back. Who you gonna find? Who you gonna see? Past the 1600s, who you gonna start seeing? You're gonna start seeing black kings, black queens, our people in royalty. You're gonna start seeing that, right? And then you're gonna start seeing the image of Christ. You see that image of Christ right there? The one on the right hand side. Who is that? On the right hand side. Oh, your left hand.
When they gonna start putting black people on the money?
They ain't never gonna do it. On the left hand side. Who is that?
That's
My face belongs on
Say it again. I can't hear
a
you.
$1 million
right
bill.
here. I don't know who
You
that
don't know who this is, okay?
Right here. I know that's how Jesus looks.
You believe he looks like that?
I believe.
I believe he does.
Yeah,
Who taught you that?
my parents.
Your parents taught you that. Okay. Have they ever? So, if I want to know about Christ, where do I go to learn about him?
I'll say
The Bible, right? So I should be to go into the Bible and see the same Jesus that your mama taught you, right? So can we gonna do that right now? And I want you to tell me if you see the same man that I see, okay? Go to Revelations. Because this is part of the reason why the black community is the way it is today. Because we give our people have been given images over generations that have not been beneficial to us.
Right.
When you think of superheroes, who do you think of? Superman,
Wonder Woman.
Wonder Woman,
Aquaman.
Aquaman,
Batman.
Batman.
Yeah, Batman.
Okay, Green
all
Arrow, right? We got a bunch of them, right?
Yeah.
Now, what color are they? They're white. They white men.
Bring it out!
When we think about anything great, we always think of who? White people. So he's saying that black folks can't be great. That's what he's saying. Psychologically, that's what it's telling you, that black folks can't be great. We gotta be like them to be great. But that's not how it's supposed to be. That's why it's not supposed to be like that. The reason it's like that is because of this image right here.
That's right.
In our churches. Now we're going to find out if this man is the true image of Christ or not. Go ahead.
This is the book of Revelations, chapter 1 and verse 1.
Now, have you ever heard this scripture? And you go to church?
Yeah, I do.
You go to church? That's crazy. That's bad.
I never heard.
That's bad. Go ahead.
The revelation of Jesus Christ.
So revelation means to reveal. So why would we have to reveal the image of Christ again? Why would we have to reveal it? It should be obvious because they got the image in the church.
It already
Many of us got it tattooed on our body.
Right.
Many of us have a whole white man on our body right now.
Bring it up.
So if it's, oh, he got it on his neck. You got a white man on your neck. That's how. And I'm not picking on you. But our people have been so destroyed that we put another nation. Do they put black men on their neck?
No.
Have you seen a white man with a black man on his neck?
Hell no.
On his back? On his thigh? I ain't never seen it.
Bring it up.
I ain't never seen it. Let's read that.
Verse 14. His head and his hair
So now it's saying the hair on his head and on his face. Go ahead.
were white like wool.
It said the hair on his head and on his face is white and woolly. And the brother in the spirit, because he took his hat off. It looked just like this brother here. You see woolly hair right there?
God.
You see the woolly hair? Is that woolly hair?
Yeah.
I'm gonna do it like this. I'm gonna do it like this. And sisters, I'm not picking on you, okay? Is your hair woolly or is his hair woolly?
What?
His is. What type of hair did Christ have?
His head and his hairs were white like wool.
His hair and his head was white like wool. So now we look at his images here. Who has white woolly hair? Obviously, right? Obviously that one, right? This one does not. That means that what they taught you in church so far is a what?
A lie.
It's a lie.
That's right.
Go ahead.
As white as snow.
Uh-huh.
And his eyes were as a flame of fire.
His eyes were red. The whites of his eyes were red. When you drink wine, y'all seen a lot of drunkards out here. Their eyes are red, right? Christ, his first miracle is what? Turning water to wine. He didn't drink in moderation. He wasn't around stumbling like these brothers out here. He drank it in moderation. So the whites of his eyes were red. Go ahead.
And his feet.
And his feet, since I can see your feet right now, right? So your feet the same color as your face, right? Brothers, your feet same color as your face, right? Alright, so he said his feet is what?
Like unto fine brass.
It said his feet was like unto fine brass. What color is brass? We just saw a band go by that got brass.
It look like
instruments.
bronze. It look golden.
It looked golden,
Golden
okay.
or bronze.
Okay, let's say
Golden
golden
brown.
or like a
Golden
penny,
brown.
right?
Golden brown.
Or like this, see this? Like that?
Yeah,
like it's like that color, right? So we say that Christ looks like that. Let's start there, right? He may look like that. They might say he's Middle Eastern. They might use that and say he's Middle Eastern. But let's see how dark he was.
As if they burned in a furnace.
As if they what?
Burned in a furnace.
Not even olive color.
As if they burned in a furnace.
It's a Middle Eastern man.
Burned in a furnace.
If I burn some brass, what color is it gonna be? It's gonna be black. So that means that Christ is what?
Black.
He's what?
Black.
He's black. He's black.
See?
Because we've been taught that the greatest man on earth looks like that. But he doesn't. He looks what? He's what? What color is he? I want you to say it.
White.
We've been. Oh, come on.
You cannot be for real.
What color is he? I want you to say it.
White.
We've been.
Oh my God, you for real.
What color is he? I want you to say it.
White.
We've been.
No, you for fake. No, you for real.
What color is he? I want you to say it.
White.
We've been.
You lying. You not.
What color is
him.
Christ? I want you to pay.
He
What
died
color
on
is
the
Christ?
cross.
What color is? What's the true color of Christ?
He dark skinned or he calm man.
Oh, y'all falling
He brown
off.
skin.
Oh.
Brown. Olive skin.
Oh.
Said, wait a minute. Wait Wait a minute.
Where y'all been? We gotta read it again.
Bring it up.
We gotta read it again. I gotta come around to the signs. Is it long enough? I gotta come to the signs. All right. So listen, we gonna read it again because y'all gotta understand this when y'all read. All right.
Christ is black.
Well, I agree. So,
It's
brother,
in the Bible.
hold
Christ
on,
is black.
brother. I appreciate it. I appreciate it. I want you to understand. Dee, right? Talia.
Deshaun.
Deshaun.
Call me Bello. Call me Bello.
Bello. And Chris, right? I want y'all to understand this when y'all leave. So we're going to read it again. We're going to take our time. Read it again. Take your time.
This is the book of Revelations, chapter 1 and verse 14.
Right.
His head and his hairs were white like wool.
Now, I want y'all to explain it. So the hair on his head was what?
White like wool.
White like wool. Now point to somebody with woolly hair. White hair? Right there, right? We understand. Keep going.
As white as snow.
Okay, point to somebody with hair as white as snow. All praise.
And his eyes were as a flame of fire.
So his eyes were what?
A flame of fire.
His eyes were red with wine. Just so you understand what that means. Okay, go ahead.
And his feet
All right, let's look at some feet. Go ahead.
like unto fine brass.
So he said feet like unto fine brass. We see anybody's feet that's close to fine brass. I see any feet out here. I see some feet right there. Right? Keep going.
As if they burned in a furnace.
He said the feet were as if they burned them in a furnace. Is anybody out here that's that dark? As if they burned in a furnace. Brother right next to me. Brother right there. Me. Her. That's a good thing. There's many times. Let me pass you. Step over the thing. There's many times why people they hate their skin color. You ever heard of that? There's people that hate being black. They used to make jokes when I was a kid. They used to make jokes, call you darky, call you midnight, right? And we used to hate hearing that because we thought it was a bad. We used to think it was a bad thing to be a dark-skinned person. But the darkest man on this planet is who? Christ. Christ was a dark-skinned man. Y'all seen Wesley Snipes?
Yeah, Nino.
He dark as hell, right? He dark as hell. That's a beautiful thing.
That's right.
He had the same woolly hair that our sisters don't want to wear on their head.
Right.
Christ had it.
Teach.
Christ had it.
Yes,
Now, sisters, I want to ask y'all a question. Like I say, I'm not picking up, but I want to understand. Why do you put this in your hair? Say it again.
No reason. It's cute.
It's cute.
Yeah.
Okay, who
But I
taught?
have good hair.
No, I'm not saying you do have good hair. Cause no, I understand you have good hair because Christ has good hair. You come from the same line as Christ. Everybody with the BDBs, with the nappy kitchen. You know what I'm talking about? That thick, coarse hair. That's good hair.
That's right.
That's good hair. Every time you see a brother with the waves and a nice, smooth, easy to comb hair, they always say that's good hair. No, the good hair is the coarsest, tightest hair.
That's right.
That's the good hair. But who taught you to like that? Somebody taught it to you. Go to 1 Corinthians 15 and 33. I want you to understand something. Because they say the eyes are the window to the soul, right? There's things that we see when you look at the advertisement that they put out here in this world, right? They put it out there for a reason. What you see makes you want to do it. For example, when you look at how old are y'all? 18. As 18-year-olds, majority of the things y'all see is on TikTok, Instagram, Facebook. So you see women with the long, what they call them, bust-down weaves and stuff, right? The weaves with the makeup and the with the BBLs and all these things, right? Showing their bodies off. Y'all learned that from seeing them. You didn't just think of it, wake up one day and say, you know what? I want to put on some tight pants. I want to put the weave in my hair. You don't just wake up one day and want to do it. Read that.
This is the book of 1 Corinthians, chapter 15, verse 33.
Go.
Be not deceived. Evil communications corrupt good manners.
So the Bible says that evil communications corrupt good manners. What does that mean?
Stay away from evil.
What is evil communications?
Make you do what you don't want to do.
Huh?
Make you do what you don't want to do. What you don't feel
Evil
like.
communication, anything that's against God, anything that's opposite of what God tells you to do. If God says thou shalt not kill,
Don't do it.
you're not supposed to. But if you're around people that kill, around people that sell drugs, around people that are whores. You ever heard the saying, if you're the, I'm probably going to butcher it, but if you around 3 hoes, you're going to be the 4th one. Right, bring it up. That applies to everything.
That's right.
To everything. If all my friends are bums, guess what I'm about to be?
A bum.
A bum.
That's right.
Right? If I'm around a bunch of women that hate their self, they hate their skin, they hate everything about themselves, guess what? I'm going to start to hate it too. If a bunch of people say Jesus is white, guess what's going to happen? I'm about to start saying what?
He's white.
Jesus is white. You see what I'm saying? That's what happens. So what we surround ourselves with is why we act the way we act today. We like to say that, oh, what I see in my neighborhood is normal, it doesn't affect me anymore. But subconsciously, it affects you. Because we listen to the music. What do they talk about in the music now?
Sex, money, and drugs and murder.
Sex, money, and
Drugs
drugs.
and murder.
And murder. Right?
That's right.
How many of y'all love that music?
They don't want to talk about.
You love the
I
music?
listen to it, but
You listen to it.
I listen to music that. I don't.
Go to Romans 1.
Take care of the kids.
Huh?
I listen to music to take care of the kids.
You listen to music, take care of the kids. I don't like that answer. Y'all like that music? You like it? Sex, money, drugs, murder. You like it, Didi, right? You like that? Sex, money, drugs. I'm gonna keep saying it. Because I'm gonna see if you give me the same answer. I want y'all to pay attention. Y'all like that music? Sex, money, drugs, murder.
Hey, officer, this is Darion. I was telling them real quick about the image of the beast and Black Jesus.
Okay, so I'm gonna just pull you right into the comment. You say your name is what?
Darion.
Darian?
Darion.
Darian. Okay, so we're talking about what our people see, what our people hear is affecting how we act, right? So the music today is sex, money, drugs, murder. You like that? You do. Sex, money, drugs, murder. You like that music? You don't like it. I have to keep repeating it because y'all not, I want to make sure I catch on what I'm saying. That's what we hear on a day-to-day basis. There's children that's 18, 17, 16 listening to this music, and they listening to this music. You got little girls that are twerking, and guess what the mamas is doing? Go ahead, girl. Go ahead. She's just playing. It's not a big deal, but when she get older, she starts shaking her butt. Now she's pregnant. Oh, it's okay, baby. What they gonna say? Either you abort the baby, or I'll take care of you. I'll watch the baby. You understand? That's what the music is promoting in our community. Sisters, y'all got the flyer, sisters?
Yeah, we got it.
Look at that flyer. Y'all understand? A lot of our people don't want to hear what we're talking about because it makes them uncomfortable and it makes them have to do what?
Walk away.
Change.
Right.
Our people don't want to change.
They walk away.
You tell a brother stop selling drugs, he don't want to stop selling
They
drugs.
think about what you're saying.
So we get back to the point that we talked about earlier. What's going to change our people? What I got you over?
I'll sell you something.
No, let's go to songs. Yeah. What's going to change us? Our surroundings. So many of our people can't get out of the hood. We don't have the money to move out the hood. So if we can't change our surroundings, are we doomed? What's going to happen? So how do we change? Right. Because many of us live in the hood in our various different cities. But we have changed. I used to be sleeping around, but now I'm married with children.
Bring it out.
Now I love my brothers.
Right.
I don't sell drugs.
Right.
I don't do drugs.
Right.
I don't hate my brother. I'm changing, right? My surroundings have not changed, but the people I'm around changed. What my mind has changed. So what's going to change our minds?
Right.
Huh?
We're telling the truth.
Telling the truth. I like that.
Knowledge, you here for somebody else.
Say it again.
Knowledge, you here for somebody else.
Okay, knowledge you hear for somebody else. What do you say, sir?
Honesty.
Honesty. Well, I'm gonna give you something that's real honest right now. I want to show you something. Psalms 19, verse 7.
Psalms chapter 19, verse 7. The law of the Lord is perfect.
The what?
The law of the Lord is perfect.
If there's nothing perfect on this planet, the one perfect thing. No man is perfect. Not me, not none of these brothers up here. None of us are perfect. But he said one thing that is perfect is what? The law. The laws of God. We talked about them earlier. Thou shalt not kill. Thou shalt not steal. Thou shalt not commit adultery. And many others, right? That's what's perfect. Go ahead.
The law of the Lord is perfect, converting the soul.
What does it mean to convert your soul? What does that mean?
Change how
To change. The spirit that's in you that makes you want to hate your brother, that makes you want to smoke the weed, that makes you want to overdrink, that makes you want to put the weave in your head, that makes you want to go and deal with a sister and not marry her.
Right.
He said, the law will convert your soul. That's what's going to change your mind, to make you think different of yourself. Because as a people, do we feel like we're on the top right now? You feel like you're on the top of all people? Like you're at the height? No.
I don't want to be better than nobody.
You don't want to be better than nobody? Who told you that?
I told myself that.
I know that I'm better than all nations on this planet. I know that for a fact.
Yes, sir.
Huh?
I'm better than the image of God. I don't want to be better than everybody else.
You want to be better? That's what you've been taught. I want you to understand Deuteronomy 7:6. Go ahead, read it.
Deuteronomy chapter 7 and verse 6.
Bring it out. It goes back to what we talked about earlier. When I asked you about superheroes and all these different people, I asked you about Christ. Our people say we don't know what they look like. We name other nations. We name all these other people. When you look at our people, what do we generally grow up to do? If you go to school or you didn't go to school as a child, what did you aspire to be?
A man with
what do most people in the black community, what do most children want to be?
Athlete.
A football player, an athlete. Right? That's what we want to be. We want to be football players, we want to be athletes, we want to be basketball players. But nobody says I want to be a lawyer.
Right.
Nobody says I want to be a doctor.
Right.
Nobody says I want to be a psychiatrist. A scientist, right? Exactly. These are highly esteemed things, right? But our people want to be entertainers. Why do they want to be entertainers? They've been bred that way. Remember we read in Deuteronomy 28 verse 48. It said, for want of all things. When I want an education, who educates me? The devil. The devil tells you, you know what? When you go to these schools, I'm not going to put wood shop in there. I'm not going to put auto shop in there. I'm not going to put a finance class in there. I'm going to teach you how to be a servant. Majority of black people are servants to this day. We work in fast food. We work in a factory. Right? We're not doing these things. We don't do jobs that benefit our people. We just trying to make it by. We just trying to make it by at this point. You understand? We're not taught to be better. We're taught that we're below, we're beneath, and we need to stay in our place. That's why you say, I don't want to be better than nobody. That's why you said that. I want to show you what God says about you. I want to show you what God says. Don't worry about what you think, because what you think don't matter. Go ahead, listen to this.
Deuteronomy chapter 7 and verse 6. For thou art an holy people.
He's talking to the Israelites, the black man. He said they're what?
A holy people.
God says we're holy, separate. When you have something holy, you set it apart from the rest. It's separate. Go ahead.
Unto the Lord thy God.
We're separate to God. When God, you know, you have a bunch of items here. You out of the whole bunch, you take one. Say, I'm keeping this. I want this right here. God said about black and Hispanics. He said, I'm keeping you close to me. You know how somebody take you up under your wing? And he's your mentor? God said, you know what? I'm taking you. Go ahead.
The Lord thy God have chosen thee.
He did what?
Chosen thee.
Now you got black folks in the corner saying we chosen people.
Chosen thee.
God chose us. Not because we wanted to. God chose us. Go ahead.
To be a special people.
To be what?
A special people.
To be what?
Special people.
No, I'm not nobody. I don't think I'm higher than nobody.
Special people.
God says that you're special, Chris Bell. He says we're special. That's what he says. Nobody calls us special nowadays. Right. They call us thugs. They call us niggas. They say we're good for nothing. Bums, drunkards, baby daddies, baby mamas, hoes. That's what they call us. God says we're special. Go ahead.
Unto himself.
Unto God. Not to nobody else, unto God. We don't have to prove ourselves to nobody but to God. Go ahead.
Above all people.
Oh, man, that's different than what Vale just said.
Above all people.
But why can't we all be equal?
Above all people.
We can't be the same.
Above all people.
That's not my white man.
Above all people.
God said it's not your choice. He said I made you above them.
That's right.
There's nothing you can do about it. Your acts can show that you're below.
Right.
But God says you're above all people. They've taught you all your life that you're below, but God says you're above. So that means the reason why you act the way you act today, and why all these men out here selling these drugs and doing all these things they're not supposed to do, the reason why these women have their children run around these neighborhoods with their butts out at 8, at 10, at 13, because they don't understand, they don't believe, and they have not been taught that they're above all people. They have not been taught that. So we're here to show them how to come back to God and be that people that are above.
Right.
As for example, white folks, right? They have higher standards for their children. They don't let them hang out with just anybody. When they turn on rap music, guess what their mama say? Turn it off.
Cut that stuff off.
Turn it off, right? They don't let it play in their house. They might even let the black kid over. They can't even let him over now, right? When the black man comes into the neighborhood, what do they say?
Trespassing.
Nah, what do they say? When they move into the neighborhood,
Here go them niggas.
there go the neighborhood,
Here go them niggas.
right? So they have standards for their people. We have to start setting standards for our people.
Bring it out.
That's what we need to do. For our children, you got kids, Chris? You got kids? Bill? You say you got kids, right? This is the standard that we got to set for them. Dude, go to Deuteronomy. You can read that first.
Deuteronomy chapter 6, verse 7. And thou shalt teach them diligently unto thy children.
So we're talking about the laws of God. He said, teach these things diligently to your children. Go ahead.
And shalt talk of them when thou sittest in thine house, and when thou walkest by the way, and when thou liest down, and when thou risest up, and thou shalt bind them up for a sign upon thy hand.
So what should be taught to our people is the laws of God. That's what we're supposed to teach our children. Now go to 10 and 12. Actually, no, Ecclesiastes 12:13. So when we talk about raising that standard, we must know what we're supposed to be doing. What's your purpose on this earth? What's your purpose? Well, first and foremost, I'm sorry, I gotta touch on that. I gotta touch on that right there on your neck, bro. We gotta touch on that before I get down. We got to. I'm sorry, we gotta talk about that.
Come on, man.
You got the white man on your neck. Bring it out. That ain't no good. I want to see what the Bible says about it, okay? Bring it out. I like to say, I'm not trying to make you feel bad, but our job is to show our people their sins. Right. And for us to idolize a man so much to put him here, it shows there's something wrong here. Like I said, I'm not getting on you like that, but I want to show you that that's got to be fixed today.
That's right.
Go ahead.
Habakkuk chapter 2 verse 18. What profiteth the graven image?
So that's an idol. That's a graven image, right? He said, what's the profit of a graven image? So you tell me, Bill, what profit do you have when you wake up in the morning and you start looking at your account, like your dresser, and you say, what am I about to put on today? I got my braces, I got my cologne, I got this, I got that. Oh shoot, I got that chain right there, right? So what goes through your head? What's the profit of putting that on?
I keep it on, man, because keep you safe, man.
Keep you safe.
I feel white though, you know what I'm saying?
So
I mean, white.
I'm gonna keep reading. I'm gonna show you something. Go ahead.
What profited the graven image?
So God's saying, what's the profit of the graven image? Go ahead.
That the maker thereof have graven it, the molten image, and a teacher of lies.
The Bible says that the image is a teacher of lies. Yes, sir. So if this young brother right here sees that image, you say, I know he's not white, but does he know that? Does the Bible say that he's white? No, it doesn't, right? So now what are you doing? Remember, one of the commandments is what? Thou shalt not
steal, thou shalt not kill.
No, thou shalt not lie. Thou shalt not lie. So when that man right here sees it, or my mama here sees it, she's going to say, you know what? Jesus is white. And who taught me that? Baal taught me that. Baal didn't say it to me, but Baal showed it to me. You understand? Because you're wearing it on your neck. Right? Go to Wisdom of Solomon 14.
Wisdom of Solomon chapter 14 and verse 7. For blessed is the wood whereby righteousness cometh. But that which is made with hands is cursed.
He said that which is made with hands is cursed. That was made with hands. That's a graven image made with hands, right? It's cursed. Go ahead.
As well it as he that made it.
The man that made it is also cursed. Go ahead.
He, because he made it, and it, because being corruptible, it was called God.
Oh, it said that image was called God. Did they not call that image God? It's a corruptible thing. So it says the man that makes it, but also the man that wears it is cursed.
Bring it out.
Now, last scripture, was it Isaiah 31? About the filthy rags. What is it? 30:22. So I want you to tell me what you must do with that when you're done. Is that real? Okay, I'm gonna tell you something. Listen, go ahead.
Isaiah chapter 30 verse 22. Ye shall defile also the covering of thy graven images of silver, and the ornament of thy molten images of gold.
That's what you got.
Thou shalt cast them away.
Thou shalt what?
Cast them away.
Thou should what?
Cast them away.
Like what?
As a mistress cloth.
What's a mistress cloth? My sister here, let me ask you a question. I got a question. It's all right, whatever. So, brother, Veil, what's a mistress cloth? What's a menstrual? It's a period, right? A mistress cloth is a tampon, right? He said cast it away as a filthy rag, as a mistress cloth. So what should you do with that? Throw it away.
Bring it out.
When? You can keep the chain, brother, but that image gotta go.
That's right.
Go ahead and take it off.
It's a trash can right there.
Go ahead and take it off. We walking to the trash can. Go ahead and take that thing off, brother. He said the man that made it, the man that wears it is all cursed. You don't want to be cursed, right, Val? Go ahead. Clap it up for the brother.
That's right.
That's what repentance looks like, brother. Go ahead and throw that boy in the trash. Throw that white boy away.
Bring it out.
That's good right there.
What is a nation? Nation is family. Nation is community. Nation is men leading by example. Nation is women's support. Nation is children with role models. Nation is unity. Nation is you. It's nation time. And finally, my brethren, be strong enough.